has already done overtaking, has crashed our car.
Winneba Municipal Fire Officer Henry Esiedu confirmed the incident.
But in all, we have about 10 casualties now. That spot that the accident happened is a hotspot. Accidents have been happening there. We attend accidents almost every week.
Yamagi, a survivor, was traveling with her father and her son on the same bus. I didn't see anything. I was not sleeping too. What I saw was that a very long vehicle had rammed into ours. I quickly held my child. I'm yet to see my brother who were traveling with. He was the one who was directing us to where we were attending the wedding.
So that's the situation in the central region. 12 persons losing their life. In the eastern region of Pedra, 9 persons also lost their lives, taking it to 21 persons dying in 3 accidents. But on the average, 9 Ghanaians die through road accidents every day. 9 Ghanaians, on the average, die through road accidents every day. And imagine, over 1,700 Ghanaians have died through road crashes this year, from January to June. If you were to compare that to the number that has died as a result of COVID, you would say lots more people are dying through road accidents than COVID-19. So maybe time now to pay more attention to road accidents. But starting off with you, Roxanne Dafiamapo, you were involved in an accident. Tell us your experience. How did it happen?
Well, welcome. Good morning.
It all started when our driver had an overtaking. First, when he was about to, after finishing his overtaking, he wanted to glide or to be into his lane. So fortunately, we saw that the other car to us
before Sege, because we were traveling towards Accra.
Okay.
I was in the company of about 5 other colleague MPs, and I was in front of the park. So when we got to the stretch around where Gollywood has a movie, I think they have a shooting area.
A movie village, yes.
Yes, movie village. Thank you. All I saw was a Kia truck that was about a kilometer ahead, because that long stretch you could see like kilometers ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
About a kilometer ahead, I saw that this Kia truck had entered our path.
Okay.
And normally when that happens, all you do is that if oncoming vehicles are not there, you just avoid them and then you go. So I decided to do that. But then I realized he was not simply entering my path. He was taking over the road. In other words, he was doing a U-turn.
Okay.
So I signaled my colleagues behind me to slow down while I take steps to avoid it. So I had actually left the road to the other side, left the other lane, and entered the shoulders of the road just to avoid it. But he still made contact with me. He actually hit me by the side. So it took my vehicle into a spin. So I think I spun around twice or thrice, and that's not suppose that you lose the ability to.
Honorable, if you have any radio sets by you, if you could reduce the volume or move away from it.
I think it's clear to say. So I put it on.
Okay, yes.
Now, so my vehicle went into a spin, I think about twice or thrice. Before it somersaulted also about twice or thrice. And even though I didn't sustain any physically or psychologically, so to speak, it was a very harrowing experience. And all the driver did was to get down to beg us, to kneel down, rolling on the ground, begging. And we found that funny. But for the fact that the area where the accident happened is a flat land, sandy area, and above all, I was in a good vehicle. I think we would have been singing a different song this morning.
Mm-hmm.
So accidents will happen, but sometimes where it happens is also very critical for one survivor.
So you say this driver attempted a U-turn?
Yes, because he had gone to, and we discovered later that he had gone to load, I think he was carrying about 120 pieces of concrete blocks and taking it to a construction site, a Chinese construction site, almost opposite where the thing happened. And he had missed the turning by just about a kilometer. So all he did was to just do a U-turn and go and dump his blocks and take his money and go home.
On the Accra Aflao Road.
Accra Aflao Road. 2:45 to 3 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. That road doesn't get any busier than on Saturday. You know. So we may be smiling this morning, but Winston, a lot of our drivers, they are carefree, they nonchalant, they don't take into consideration that other road users, even bicycle riders, they owe a duty to them, duty of care. If we can always take into consideration that I owe a duty of care to other road users, we can avoid someone.
I'll get back to you, for what you believe should be done. You started talking about, but let me get to Cecil. Because Cecil, we've had, Honorable Dapia Mekbo's experience, and this truck attempted a U-turn on a highway. Now, at Gomua Mampong and Apedra, we were told that there was a head-on collision involving two vehicles. So again, we're faced with a challenge with attitudes on our road. And the question is, beyond the education, we've talked about it consistently, change your attitudes. How do we deal with this beyond the consistent reference to education?
It's really a big one. First of all, I'll say a very big sorry to my brother on the line. And my brother, I think you have to hold a party. In those days when you're out of an accident, they have to give you a white fowl if you are aware.
Yes, white fowl, so, white egg.
Precisely.
The egg, not the brown one, but the white one.
Sorry, my brother, but it's not any laughing issue now. Road safety issues are always there for us to talk about. It has remained something we need to talk about every day. Whether you are in school, you are in the office, you are in the market, we need to talk about it because goods and services transported in Ghana forms about 99% of transport system. Okay, I mean, we all sit in vehicles, that's what I mean, early in the morning, going to work, going to school, and therefore we have to make sure that the system works. But the system doesn't work because drivers in general are very recalcitrant. We have commercial drivers. In my brother, I'm sure that vehicle has no roadworthy certificate, but it will be on the road. Yeah, that's one also big issue. When you leave out of Accra, many vehicles don't have the roadworthy certificate. If they have, then it is fake. It is printed somewhere. It's put on the car he'll be driving. One thing is that you'll be having a driving license B, which is not meant to drive a truck. But, they don't even know because most of them have been driver's mates. But there's a lot of highway accidents occurring because of these issues. Right, they see the vehicle so huge and they feel they can control it. But then generally, the issue comes from enforcement. I know we always talk about the four technical E's, and I'll talk about two, education and enforcement. You can train the driver, let the driver go to the accredited driving school. But immediately he comes back and then he sees that, another driver is turning on a no U-turn and he has not been arrested. He also can do it. And that comes back to the issue of enforcement. Look, in all over the world, traffic offenders are fined and prosecuted to raise funds and reduce the carnage on our roads. In Ghana, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because the system is blocked by powers that be. Let me start it from them. If the top will work, then the down will be affected. Okay, today in Ghana, many 4x4 owners have fixed the blue and red strobe lights in the front grills of their vehicles with sirens and drive through everywhere. The policeman looks helpless. I mean, it's a fact. This morning I have seen it. Many vehicles do not, many drivers do not care. They see it and they say, well, it's normal. They are doing it. But then the issue is that our policemen also, Ghana's rising numbers of accidents may be caused by indiscipline on part of drivers, and therefore, they must be disciplined. Many drivers take the police for granted. Enforcement of traffic laws is a major problem in every country, and in Ghana it's a very serious issue. Although we have we have the best traffic laws in Ghana. I'm sure it's the best, not one of the best, but I'm sure it's the best. They do not work for so many reasons.
For what reasons, Cecil? Why would you put in laws and not have the laws working?
Yes, laws are not working because you arrest someone right now, he's going to make a lot of calls, and I don't see why the policeman will also pick a phone from somewhere, and then a person will talk to him and say, look, he's my brother's cousin's nephew, and so on, and please release him. I'm a government official working here and there. And then the policeman becomes scared. You panic because if he goes on, the next time he sees is that he's been transferred from Accra and he'll be somewhere around Wa or Bogatanga. These are beautiful places, but then that will destroy your children's education, destroy you yourself, because you need to move from one area to another area. So no policeman will, get himself involved in such a situation. He'll just relax and say, my uncle, let him go. It will not spoil my work. But that is really bad. And we are having the issue where many more people are doing such a thing. And then it makes the police quite, useless for a reason, because they can't do anything. They become handicapped. Right. The second thing is that we have these policemen, black, and some of them even do not know the traffic regulations. Why they mixed up? Right. We should employ only, recruit and train the white top guys. They wear white shirts, and these policemen are dressed in either white long sleeves with white helmets or the usual black police uniforms, black rather, and white caps. They are trained in all disciplines, including the study of the LI 2180 that covers the road traffic laws. However, there are few policemen responsible for traffic issues. And I wonder why we cannot recruit and train more of such MTTD guys than the ordinary black who know nothing. They don't really know about the traffic regulations. And then have you also realized that Sundays we don't have any policemen on our roads? Mm-hmm. And then Sunday is a free day for people to just drive around and fool around. And then we have a lot of Sunday accidents being recorded. We see there are lots more of things. I'm sure when you give me 3 hours, I'll talk without even swallowing my saliva.
Yes, but you make a point. You start off by saying many of these vehicles may not even have roadworthy certificates, and even if they do, these certificates are fake. But we're supposed to ensure that vehicles that use our roads are roadworthy. So why would we have fake roadworthy certificates when we are told that you should be sending your cars to the vehicle licensing area where the car will be tested? Whenever I have to renew my roadworthy certificate. I go there, taking through the system. If there are defects, you're made to correct them, come back before you're giving a roadworthy certificate. Why can't it be done for everybody?
Yes. In the first case, those of us even in Accra wouldn't go and do it because you put your car under the system, it's computerized, and the report comes out to say, look, you have a brake failure, or you have a display, you have an issue that needs to be repaired, maybe your car is smoking. So the owner of the vehicle knows it, so he wouldn't go. What he would do is to chase for the fake sticker so that he can still drive his vehicle around. And I think I look at DVLA and say, fine, they are doing a very good job, but we need more hand scanners. We need a situation where vehicles must be stopped. We stop vehicles and people become aggressive to say, I'm going for a meeting. But we need to check all these things because, honestly speaking, I'll say roughly about only 40 to 50% of vehicles that we see. I'm not too sure, but I'm again saying this, that many vehicles do not have the roadworthy certificates because they don't have money to repair their vehicles and to bring it up to standards for the vehicles to pass the DVLA test, or what we call the MOT test, right? And the issue is that you ask them, they will tell you, look, I'm going to do it. No, they must be arrested, prosecuted, and fined. When you find such people, they'll look for money for the fine. If 250 penalty units is equivalent to 600 CDs or so, and just imagine that a day you've arrested about 50 vehicles that do not have the papers. Let's multiply 600 to 50. Aren't you going to make money for the government? Can't we use that money to repair our roads? So this is it. It's coming from us as individuals. Well, we should stop blaming the police, blaming the government on such issues, and rather deal with ourselves first.
Let me get to Honorable Dafia Mekbo on this. So, Cecil has talked about dealing with ourselves first. You experienced it. That person was clearly engaged in bad road practice. He was doing things that he shouldn't do. Let's look at the solutions. We've always talked about education. It's becoming obvious that people still would do the wrong things. So talking about enforcement, how do we go about enforcing our laws in ensuring that there's safety on our roads?
Okay. First of all, I think that we should replicate what the UK enforcers do.
Honorable Dafia Mekbo, your line seems to be breaking. If you could reposition yourself.
Okay. Hello? Oh? Hello?
It's still not better. If you could...
Hello?
Yes, I think it's better now. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. First of all, I think we should do what is done in the UK. And that is what? That is that when you have an accident, they have an electronic system of debiting, sort of. So after about 2 or 3 of these debits, your license is withdrawn. In addition to all the fines that you may have incurred in court and all that, there's a negative point that is placed on your license, electronically determined. And so when you engage in that for about 3 times, they withdraw your license for a period. And I think that will be deterrent enough. Because in addition to the fines that we implement and prison sentence and all that, we still are increasingly experiencing road accidents. And one other component of this is also road rage. When people experience some infractions on the road, either somebody crosses wrongly, they become angry. They engage in also, they become angry for the rest of the journey, so they don't focus on the journey. So we should also watch road rage. People get angry so quickly on the road.
Okay.
And then the installation of TVs in our commercial vehicles. Until recently, I didn't know that it was a source of some of these accidents. But when a driver is behind a steering wheel and a passenger says, driver, change the channel, and the driver attempts to change the channel, I witnessed it, and I realized it is a source of accidents. Because you lose focus momentarily, you want to focus on where you change the channel on the monitor in the TV in the vehicle, so your passengers can watch whatever program they want to watch. Then the person will run into a ditch or hit a pedestrian or lose control, and anything can happen depending on the area that it happens on the road. So these are some of the few things engaging my mind on this matter. I think we may have to find another time and do this at length. You guys are capable of holding stakeholder seminars and conferences on this matter. We need to revisit the issue of accidents on our roads. Not simply accidents, but accidents that are resulting in high number of fatalities. I think that is what is shocking the conscience of the nation.
Okay, now you've introduced the UK system, for instance, and you are a lawmaker. Is that something you would pick up to ensure it's in our law, so that, if you're engaged in accidents, eventually it would lead to a withdrawal of your license, and that would go a long way in ensuring that people are careful on our roads?
Yes, indeed. You'll notice that the first private members bill that successfully went through was an amendment to the Road Traffic Act, where when a driver is found guilty of causing an accident which results in death to a tutor of a pregnant woman, she will be charged for murder.
Yes.
It didn't used to be the case. But now with the new amendment, which is now part of the law, it's a serious matter. So I will take it out wholeheartedly and effect those amendments in the law. I'm sure one will be set in October. Some of the things that will be included enough.
Okay, thank you very much, Roxanne Dafiamekbo. Cecil Gabra, finally from you. Do you still have Cecil on the line?
Hello, yes, I'm here.
Yes. Yes, your closing comments, finally, from you.
Well, I just like my brother said, to tackle road safety issues is an effort from all of us. I encourage multimedia to continue. Never stop it, though. Never stop it. Let's talk about road safety issues, and I'm sure the reward will come from heaven, as we always say. But on a more serious note, we are all involved. Whether you're a driver, you're a passenger, you're a pedestrian, I think it's time for us to be road safety conscious. Let's think about it. If you sit in a vehicle, a driver is misbehaving, driving beyond the speed limit, hey, don't wait to get to the mug and your body will be quiet. Voice it out, shout it. Hey, driver, turbo or driver, you are driving beyond the speed limit. Let us all know. And then we also look at, as part of the law, to extend the speedometer to the past area where the passengers are seated, so they will know that if a driver is, that should replace the TVs. The driver is speeding beyond the speed limit, at least we all know that, look, the driver is going more than 80 kilometers per hour, and then we voice it out, right? The whole issue is on speed. 90% of the crashes that we see are coming from speed. It is coming from our human behavior. Okay, we only have 5% that is from engineering problems, and then another 5% on the roads. It is not the roads. It is not the vehicle. It's always the driver, 90%. So we need to make sure that we solve issues amongst ourselves than blaming anybody. Let's change our lives. Let's drive and use our senses to drive. You know you've drunk, you've taken some alcohol, please don't go close to the steering wheel. If you know you have people who are mad. I mean, I preach about it. that for every 10 vehicles that you see around you, 5 of them are mad. It's not madness like we all know somebody has taken the clothes off and so on, but madness may come from even your landlord that you owe. Some of them will leave the house like 3 a.m. They don't want to see their landlord because they owe. All this attributes the madness that I'm talking about, and then they hit the road, they drive, share the road with other road users. We just need to change our attitude.
Okay.
And then the enforcement agencies must wake up and arrest all those recalcitrant drivers, those driving 4x4s with strobe lights fixed, and then, they think they are champions. Excuse me, they are politicians. They should know that the next 3 years to come, if that should there's any change of government, then they have to also change their driving modes. I thank you so much for now, and more will be written and sent to you, my Joy, on my Joy Online and as well as multimedia.
Thank you very, very much, Cecil Gabra, for joining us, transport consultant, helping us, have this all-important conversation, Raymond. And Roxanne raises the point that things that going forward, if you're engaged in an accident, investigations are done, and if necessary, your license be withdrawn.
Because mostly it should involve the basic accidents before it gets out of hand. Except that in our case, basic accidents are resolved between drivers. The not so fatal ones, they are resolved between drivers. They say, I'll call you my mechanic, and the matter is resolved.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, that's where the major problem is. But also, sometimes, I don't know whether we pretend to get solutions or we really want solutions. We're told that we brought cameras on board to monitor our roads so that when accidents happen, quickly we respond. And also people can be dealt with when they drive recklessly or do all the reckless things on the road. There isn't enough evidence so far to suggest that we have seen some of these prosecutions based on somebody monitoring cameras. So it would, in the first place, possibly remove a policeman having to be the one doing the arrest immediately on the ground and taking money from the person. So we can trace the people who own the car and go and insist on them complying with the law or being prosecuted. So hopefully if that also works, it will help us. But I said something earlier. To me, the solution is that we need to stop pretending that we are dealing with accidents on our roads. We need to also stop pretending that by merely educating the people, they will listen. In fact, if people were good people ordinarily and they were mindful and were going to listen, we would not need laws that are punitive in nature. We need to let people know that there are consequences for their actions, which will stop them from doing them and proceed to do what is right. And if they don't do what is right, they are prevented. I am insisting that there are thousands of people on our roads who don't deserve the right to sit behind the wheel and drive cars. I actually sometimes count myself as those who do not deserve or have the right to sit on, because, listen, from experience, I have realized that now anytime I venture into the act, I am afraid. I'm afraid because of previous experience through accidents and the related happenings. We can make our roads safer if some people come to the realization they don't have to. But if you also improve our public transportation system, then I can come by train or by bus wherever I am to work without having to think of having to drive here or the alternatives that are involved in there. And we also know, frankly, that some, or if not most of the vehicles on our roads do not deserve to be on the roads. So all of these things are known. The only thing lacking in here is the will to do what is right by the various agencies. And nobody is cracking the whip on them. So we will talk, but they will sit and laugh in their offices. People should be held responsible when other people die because they fail to do what is right. If we start doing that, we will get results.
And talking about getting results, the EU has a unique thing they're doing now. The installation of intelligent speed assistance in vehicles. What that means, so what that does is that when you get onto a highway, for instance, and it says the speed limit is 100.
Yeah.
If you go past 100, the vehicle automatically reduces your speed to 100. If it's supposed to be 80, if you go past 80, your speed is automatically reduced to 80. Your attention is drawn to the fact that the speed limit on this road is supposed to be 80%.
Okay.
80 kilometers per hour. So you can't go beyond 80 kilometers.
Yeah.
If you're in a town driving and it says 50, it reduces it to 50.
But I know that, and it's true, speeding is a big deal. You know that cars that are moving slowly have hardly resulted in massive casualties when there's even an accident. Mm-hmm. Because it's the level of impact that causes these casualties. And because the cars themselves are not proper cars anyway. So we don't have proper cars on the roads, and yet they are overspeeding. And they are speeding at rates that we know it is completely dangerous. But we don't fix it, right? We were using speed guns. You remember? We were using speed guns. And,
well, we're using speed guns that sometimes not really function. But Raymond, it's time to hear from our listeners. Folks, time to hear from you. Okay, we're running the campaigns, but of course it takes enforcement. Because for some people, they just don't want to change their attitudes. So the question is, are we really doing enough enforcement of road traffic regulations? How can we ensure that we're able to enforce it to the letter and get all those who engage in reckless driving, who violate road traffic regulations? When we return after these messages, we're activating the phone lines on 0302 216 541, 0302 216 541, then 055 1111 997. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
My name is Kojo Yankson. Let me tell you how to turn back time. You can now bring back all the fun, all the excitement, all the controversy of the Super Morning Show and all your favorite Joy shows when you go to myjoyonline.com/podcasts. Just select your favorite show and bring it all back again. Joy99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
It's radio. Joy 99.7.
My name is Kojo Yankson. Let me tell you how to turn back time. You can now bring back all the fun, all the excitement, all the controversy of the Super Morning Show and all your favorite Joy shows when you go to myjoyonline.com/podcasts. Just select your favorite show and bring it all back again. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
It's radio. Joy 99.7.
My name is Kojo Yankson. Let me tell you how to turn back time. You can now bring back all the fun, all the excitement, all the controversy of the Super Morning Show and all your favorite Joy shows when you go to myjoyonline.com/podcasts. Just select your favorite show and bring it all back again. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
It's radio. Joy 99.7.
My name is Kojo Yankson. Let me tell you how to turn back time. You can now bring back all the fun, all the excitement, all the controversy of the Super Morning Show and all your favorite Joy shows when you go to myjoyonline.com/podcasts. Just select your favorite show and bring it all back again. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
It's radio. Joy 99.7.
My name is Kojo Yankson. Let me tell you how to turn back time. You can now bring back all the fun, all the excitement, all the controversy of the Super Morning Show and all your favorite Joy shows when you go to myjoyonline.com/podcasts. Just select your favorite show and bring it all back again. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
It's radio. Joy 99.7.
My name is Kojo Yankson. Let me tell you how to turn back time. You can now bring back all the fun, all the excitement, all the controversy of the Super Morning Show and all your favorite Joy shows when you go to myjoyonline.com/podcasts. Just select your favorite show and bring it all back again. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
It's radio. Joy 99.7.
My name is Kojo Yankson.
I'm Dory Nando. You can catch up with all the fun on the Cosmopolitan Mix and on all our shows via podcast. Just go to My Joy Online podcast and search for your favorite show and relive those moments all over again. Only on Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
Super Hits Radio, Joy 99.7.
Hello, I'm Dori Nando. You can catch up with all the fun on the Cosmopolitan Mix.
This morning, our focus is on road safety, our Drive Safe campaign, because 21 persons lost their lives over the weekend. 21 Ghanaians in road accidents. Well, that's the one we know. There are others that could happen and may not be reported. So that's actually the situation we're faced with. 0302 216 541. 0302 216 541. And then 055 1111 997. And I'm asking you this morning whether we're doing enough when it comes to the enforcement in our road safety campaigns. Are we really doing enough? Because like we've been told, and like we do know, looks like we're never going to change our attitudes, or most of you, or most of us, just don't want to change our attitudes. Let's get to Ben from Medina. He's joined us on the phone. Ben, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning, Ben, and thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Well, we're fine by the grace of God. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic. For me, I think that the MP who spoke, I'm thinking that I wanted to hear from him because he has experienced it. I want to hear from him what he is going to do when it comes to legislation. That is their role. But he also is complaining about.
Well, he talked about how he's going to propose a private member's bill to actually correct some of these things.
Okay. Then I didn't catch that. Okay. Then that's fine. Then he did very well. Talking about driver attitude, I mean, for me, the road contributes significantly to accidents. I wonder the kind of researches that people do because we don't have good roads. Sometimes the speed ramp alone causes accidents. If you're driving many of our roads, people speed and they get the speed ramp and then they have to slow down. Sometimes it can cause an accident. So I'm wondering why they will say all the time that it's only the attitude that contributes to about 90%. I don't think that's accurate because most of our roads have manholes, potholes, and here and there. And the police is also to blame. Yes, we have so many of them on the street, actually. A lot of them. If you drive through Station Mwa all the way to Tema, you find the police, and all they do, instead of doing the actual work, all they do is to chase truck drivers.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ben from Medina, and please let's make it very brief. Kojo from Tema, good morning.
Good morning. You see, I'm listening and I was listening to the MP, and every time when I hear politicians talk about road safety, I just boil up. It's ridiculous.
Kojo, we're struggling to hear you. If you could kind of reposition yourself.
You hear me?
I think it's better now. Yeah, I think it's better.
Okay, so every time I hear politicians make assumptions on radio, it just kills me. One just said that we should. UK has a system where if you get involved in an accident 3 times, they take your license. Does he really think that can work in Ghana? Literally, about 85% of driver licenses are bought. You can buy a driver license today. Today, I can go to DVLA, take out 1,000 Ghana cedis, and buy a driver's license. So how long does he think that would make any difference? The point is, you've been talking about, beyond education. When was the education that we go beyond it? Where was it? You can tell me. When did we do education? Ask the DVLA and the Ghana Road Safety Commission. Ask any of them. What is the process to get a commercial driver's license in Ghana? Ask them. Do they have a process? What does a driver who wants to drive a commercial vehicle, any vehicle that takes more than 10 passengers, what is the process they go through? It's none. There's none. When you buy your driver's license, for whatever reason, you get your B, and you want to go drive a commercial, a trotro or whatever, all you have to do is, they'll tell you you only have to drive 2 years. So when you're about to get a driver's license, you need to go to a driving school. That's what they say. They require you to go to a driving school. But then when you want to drive passengers, that one, you only need 2 years of driving a car to be able to drive passengers, and there's no training. So these guys, these politicians, they think about road safety as if it's, some type of, I don't know what it is. There is zero training for drivers. Absolutely zero. They just think that they can just copy and paste Western ideas into our country. Somebody just mentioned about 70% to 80% of road safety, road accidents is caused by the drivers. I agree. But about 30% is because of the condition of the roads.
All right. Thank you very much, Kojo from Tema, for joining us. Nana Boating from West Legon, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, my brother. Please, I was listening to the MP, and I was a bit surprised about his narration. He said the road it's a very straight road. He saw the car 1 kilometer away, and what did he do? He's supposed to slow down. Maybe the driver is unconscious. Maybe there's a problem with the car.
So what he said was that when the driver veered into his lane, he moved into the shoulder of the road. But I realized the guy was doing a U-turn, and so hit him. Okay? Go ahead, Nana Boateng. Hello, Nana. Oh, I think we've lost you, Nana Boateng. Let's get to Richard from Kumasi. Richard, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, Richard.
Please, I want to contribute to your program small.
Please do.
I'm also a driver. We want the DVLA to go to the union. Are you listening to me?
Yes, I'm listening.
They should go to the union, the various unions, and go and talk to them so that the accident can reduce more. Because yesterday on my way from Accra to Kumasi, it's very bad. And moreover, it's raining. If it's raining like that, the accident on the road is too much. So please, the DVLA should go to the union to go and inform them about if it is raining, they should come down and drive. Especially the VIP cars, those VIP buses. Please, we beg you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richard. Winola from Adidome. Did I get the name right?
Yeah.
Okay. Share your thoughts with us. You seem to be far away from your, mouthpiece. We can hardly hear you.
Okay. Please, is it better?
Yes, it's better.
Okay. Some drivers, I don't think they read the road signs and the warnings, because at places where they've written 50, you see drivers driving 120. And when you try to advise them, they get offended. So I think the education and the arresting will help. I have this experience this Saturday. A soldier got down from his car, just came and be slapping a truck driver behind the wheels. It's not good. I think education and arresting will solve the issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining us. Winola from Adidome. Ernest from Ashaiman, good morning.
Morning, Winston.
Yes, Ernest.
You see, you imagine, Winston, you driving, and by the time you realize they've called you and said you are overspeeding, and you go to the office and they show you a picture of what you are doing and charge you and you pay. Are you sure you are going to do it again?
No.
You see, our problem is big and we must start from somewhere. I believe from now, every driver who drives a commercial vehicle must belong to a union, because the education is important, and many of these drivers will not listen to Joy FM. I'm telling you. So what you are doing, only few, because Joy FM, I believe, it is only the elite that listen to your station. That is a fact. So for this education, it's going to only some of us. Those who are driving those commercial vehicles will not listen to Joy FM. So how do we get to them? The union should be the ones that will lead that crusade. So every driver should have a union. So that once a while, they educate them, Joy FM will come, police will come. Then we can solve this problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us. We can't pick any more calls for now. So thank you very much, Ernest. Coming up shortly, our friends from the National Chamber of Commerce will be joining us. We're talking more about the SME business, the Chamber SME Business Forum. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
The theaters are open. The stage is ready.
Let me tell you how to turn back time. You can now bring back all the fun, all the excitement, all the controversy of the Super Morning Show and all your favorite Joy shows when you go to myjoyonline.com/podcasts. Just select your favorite show and bring it all back again. Joy99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
It's radio. Joy 99.7.
My name is Joy Yankson. Let me tell you how to turn back time. You can now bring back all the fun, all the excitement, all the controversy of the Super Morning Show and all your favorite Joy shows when you go to myjoyonline.com/podcasts. Just select your favorite show and bring it all back again. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
It's radio. Joy 99.7.
My name is Joy Yankson. Let me tell you how to turn back time. You can now bring back all the fun, all the excitement, all the controversy of the Super Morning Show and all your favorite Joy shows when you go to myjoyonline.com/podcasts. Just select your favorite show and bring it all back again. Joy 99.7 FM, radio for discerning listeners.
It's radio. Joy